Hey everybody, welcome back into another episode of Winning Bets. It's my weekly NASCAR show that I do every single week here. I'm your host Jason Mattis as always, and I'm joined each and every week by William Blackwell. How's it going, man? How's it been?
It's, it's going good, man. NASCAR finally going back to Nashville, but for the Cup Series. But in years past, the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series has held a race here, but the Cup Series has not, and I'm expecting a great show.
Yeah, it should be cool, exactly like that. We'll talk about that here in a second. So we haven't been obviously doing a show the last couple of weeks because you had in between Sonoma and this, you obviously had the All Star race, which wasn't an official NASCAR event, so we no games or what have you, so we didn't do a show. Obviously, we're still involved. Before we did the last show though, Kyle Larson was winning. And since we've done our last show, Kyle Larson has been winning. That's all he's done. Winner at Sonoma, winner again in Texas in the All Star race. Hendricks has been dominating. They've got the last five winners, obviously packing the top four. What do you think here before we hit Nashville? Any just big, maybe major thought, or you just want to jump right on into Nashville?
Heading into Nashville, Nashville is a mile track, and it's considered, in my opinion, a short track. And you got to look at the short tracks this year. You had Phoenix early on, which I count as a short track. I know it's a mile. Martin Truex Jr. won. You go to Martinsville, Martin Truex Jr. wins. And then they go to Dover, or Richmond, and Bowman wins, and Dover, and Alex Bowman wins. So, as of lately, Hendrick Motorsports has been fast on the short tracks, but Joe Gibbs Racing does have the speed, but it's going to be a tight battle between both of those teams this weekend at Nashville.
Yeah, it definitely will. So you got Nashville. I thought Nashville was 1.3 mile because I don't quite have it as a short track. As you kind of just is it 1.3 mile Nashville?
I'm not too sure. I might be wrong, but I've heard it racing like a short track. So
It races
I'm
like a short
thinking.
track. Yeah, I
So
got
I'm
it.
thinking.
Huh? So I've got its closest comp to Dover because Dover is 1 mile, which is what you said. But to me, Dover's concrete. And Nashville's concrete. So I think in terms of tire wear and the rub you'll get on the tire, I've got Dover as its closest comp. Anything else about Nashville? I got a couple other things to kind of say about it. But is there anything else for you, or do you want me to hit it with a couple?
One thing that is something to keep your eye on for this weekend in general, the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, is going to be tire wear. They haven't raced here in these last couple of years, and I'm just curious to see what the tire wear is going to be like. And I'm feeling that it's going to be crazy. It's going to be wearing like Atlanta and Darlington and all them other tracks that have worn out pavement. I just expect this to be a grueling race on them Goodyear tires.
Okay, yeah. So I definitely expect that. Well, some of the other things to expect here at Nashville. Again, Nashville's the unknown. Cup Series has never been here. There's some experience there with some of the lower levels, but never at the Cup level. Earlier on in March, Goodyear did do a tire test run. I know, William, you mentioned this on your preview show on your podcast about how all the manufacturers got a run back here in March. It was Bell for the Toyotas, Briscoe there for the Fords, and then you had Busch there for the Chevy. So those three drivers, and then you do have some other guys. If we look at some guys with the Xfinity and the truck experience, you do got a Dillon, you do got a Harvick, you do got Logano. So you got some of those drivers with some experience. These guys will practice. That's been rare during this COVID era. They will be practicing. They will be qualifying. But there is rain. That's what I'm kind of nervous about. Is they'll get their practice session in on Saturday. It looks like, but then you got rain in the forecast come Sunday. How that's going to impact qualifying, and then maybe possibly on in the race. And then the other thing worth keeping in mind for here, William, is they always will be using a 750 package, and I always factor that into my notes. So I look at like Dover, I look at like races with that 750 package. That's kind of some things I look at for there. Anything else, or you just want to jump on into it?
You nailed it. The 750 package, they ran it at Dover, and we saw a Hendrick car go into
Exactly.
victory lane. But you brought up the weather. They're planning on racing in the afternoon. But if weather pushes it back, they got lights there, and that can very well become a night race. And their setups are going to be all over the place. All of them teams expected to run during the day, but more than likely it'll go night if it rains, which there's a good chance it will.
I think it could go night. I wonder if that means qualifying though gets canceled. Would they be able to fit that in? Like if that gets rained out, or then will they do their random system? So they'll basically get like Saturday's practice session, but then they don't get qualifying it. I don't know. They do have the lights though in terms of as you mentioned.
More than likely, if qualifying were to get rained out,
Yeah.
they would just line them up by owner points and set them up like that. And, yeah, just go to green flag.
Go to Green Flag Nashville for the first time, baby. We're at the Ally 400 at the Nashville Superspeedway. Again, for the first time, it's going to be absolutely insane. You guys know what we do here each and every single week. We give you our picks for a chance to win $25,000 over the Jackpot Races. I do that with Will, and then he drops, and I give you a chance to win money on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, which this week is $1,000 because NBC Sports Predictor, they've now got a NASCAR game where you can win $10,000. So I'll go ahead and give you both of those games solo. But again, for Will and I, it's $25,000 over on the Jackpot Races. This is where they give you 6 groups of drivers. You got to pick the driver to finish best amongst the group, and then you got to give them a winner, and you got to miss second place. That's all it is to it. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. You can go ahead and kick it off there. Group 1, give me a winner between Hamlin, Truex, Elliott, Larson, or Byron. Who you going with?
Before I give my pick, you nailed it. NBC is taking over. No more Fox. No more commercial breaks with 5 to go in the stage. But enough said about that. But Group 1, I'm going to pick Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson has been on a run lately. He has 4 wins this season. He won at Vegas. He won at Charlotte. He won at Sonoma, and he won the All-Star race. 3 points winning races and one $1 million check. Make that 4 points paying races and one $1 million check. So Kyle Larson is going to be my pick in round 1 and be my winner. But that's a little hint there.
All right, well, I'm jumping on your back. I will be on that Kyle Larson train as well. Look at second place finish, Dover at Darlington. A lot of what you said. He's going for the 3-peat, or is it the 4-peat? Are we counting Texas? Is this the 3-peat or the 4-peat? Okay, this is the 4-peat. So he's going for the 4-peat. I mean, the number 5 car has the second best numbers at Dover. The number 1 numbers at Darlington, which is another driver that I thought was pretty calm to it. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Let's just jump on that Kyle Larson train. So for Group 2, we got to go ahead and give between Harvick, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Blaney, and Logano. I got first, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to the number 4 car, Kevin Harvick. I think he's even going to crack maybe possibly up into that top 5. I think it's a chance to reset after that all-star race. Been struggling obviously this season, but it feels like a top 5. Maybe. And if that's 5th, that's fine. But that is still top 5. Harvick was number 1 at Dover and number 2 at Darlington in terms of his career numbers, in terms of the last 6 races, 1, 2. I mean, it's got 6 early post the season. Yeah, go ahead and give me Kevin Harvick. What about for you there?
How much it is tempting to pick a Penske driver in this round, I just can't. I'm going to pick Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, as of lately, has been hot. He has brought the fight to Hendrick Motorsports, and he's pretty much the only driver to do that besides Brad Keselowski. So Kyle Busch is my pick in this round.
Kyle Busch for you in Group 2. All right, for Group 3, we got to pick between Bowman, Dillon, Reddick, Bell, and Kurt Busch. Who you got there?
I'm going to make it short and simple. I'm picking a Hendrick driver. Hendrick Motorsports, just fast. Alex Bowman is the man on short tracks.
All right, I'm joining you again. You know what was the wasn't in Group 2? A Hendrick Motorsports driver. He's back in Group 3. Go back to Hendrick, just what you said. Back to Hendrick. You'd be crazy not to. And also, William, what about this? Isn't it called the Ally 400? Like, he drives for Ally. Like, yeah, that's going to be all up on that hood. It's the guy. So, yeah, I'm taking it, man. It's a Hendrick guy. Just keep it rolling. And he won at Dover. I said, that's my best comp is Dover. Due to 1 mile and concrete, he's the winner at Dover. Let's keep it going. Alex Bowman right there. All right, for the Group 4, why don't you go ahead and go first then. Take it on. It's Buescher, Ditto, Chastain, Stenhouse, and Suarez. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with the watermelon man, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain, I remember just over a month ago, they raced at Coda. He brought it home in the top 5. You go to Charlotte. He loses a belt, or a belt goes wrong, and he loses oil pressure, and they fear he's blown up. They take it to the garage, and they let him go back out, but he's 40 laps down. And then it's just all up and down from there. But at the All-Star race, in the Open, he won. Let me go back. He started last in the Open. He worked all the way up to the front and advanced to the All-Star race. And when he got to the All-Star race, he was starting in the back, and he worked all the way up and did really good. But when they had an invert, the full field invert, that's when things went south there. But I just like the confidence he's starting to have nowadays. He's more aggressive and is getting the most out of his equipment, like similar to many years ago when he raced in the truck series for Nice Motorsports. They were nowhere near a championship material, but he got the most out of that equipment. And that's what he's starting to do now with Chip Ganassi Racing in the 42 car. So Ross Chastain is my pick in this round. He's not going to win by any means, but he will have a solid finish.
That's all you gotta do. You're looking for guys that can win groups, and that's what got right there. I had it between Chastain and Buescher, and I went ahead and took Buescher, the number 17 car. I looked at Dover Darlington comps for me. He had the better overall numbers. Chastain has shined here recently, but that's at Coda and Sonoma road courses. So that kind of also was a deciding factor. Yeah, so go ahead and give me 17. Give me Chris Buescher. All right, for Group 5, it's McDowell, Wallace, Newman, Almirola, and LaJoy. I'm going to go ahead and go first. I'm going to go ahead. It kind of pains me a little bit, but I'm taking Bubba Wallace just because, you look at these drivers. None of this stuff's really safe, and Bubba Wallace makes me nervous. But at Dover, again, it's the best comp for me was Dover. He finished 12 spots better than all the drivers in this group, so I really like that. He's got 16th at Phoenix. That was a 750 package race, so I'll go ahead and say Bubba Wallace. What about for you?
Well, I look at this round. There's a lot of drivers here in this round that are potentially going to be a free agent. And they're going to want to start showing out and show to their owner, hey, I'm a good enough driver to remain in the seat. And I look at Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, I know this is off topic, but right now he is considered to be replaced by Brad Keselowski coming in next year to take over the 6 car. So Newman's going to be out. So right now, he's auditioning for a ride for next year. So I would expect for him, he's not going to win in Roushaway equipment at a track beside their plate race, but he can bring home some solid finishes. And I look at Nashville to be a turning point.
Okay, let's do the last and final group. You got first. You got to pick between Priest, Alfredo, Briscoe, and Custer. Who you got?
I'm going to pick my man Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe lately has been doing really well. Let's go back to Coda. He had a career best finish. I know this was a month ago in the rain. He finished 6th. And then you go to the All-Star race, not too good there. Then Sonoma, it was up and down. He got wrecked out at the end. And then you go to the All-Star race open. Even though he did not advance to the main race, he ran up front for most of the night, and he made some aggressive moves, which showed that he is a really good driver when it comes down to a restart. And I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of wrecks this weekend, and a lot of restarts will be a result of that. So Briscoe is my man.
I knew you were going Briscoe. I knew it. I knew you were going to go Briscoe. All right, so how did I pick the driver I got for Group 6? Well, I just picked him by how I couldn't pick the other guys. I couldn't pick Almirola. Season's been a dumpster fire, to be quite honest. Alfredo, I'm just never going to pick Anthony Alfredo. I mean, it's just not going to happen. Briscoe, he's too hot and cold, and I kind of knew you were going to pick him. And Custer's just not been performing. I mean, Custer's like, okay, you look at the list, you're like, it should be Cole Custer. It should be Cole Custer. It's just not happened this season, so I'm tired of picking him. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and go with Ryan Priest. That means Ryan Priest is the winner. Come on down, Ryan Priest, the winner of Group 6. All right, William, we got to go ahead and give these people a winner, and we got to go ahead and give them second place. So who's taking checkered flag this weekend?
The checkered flag this weekend will be given to Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson is going to walk the dog this Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. Time will tell, depending on rain or not. But Kyle Larson will walk the dog and win both stages and get the overall win and make it a 4-peat. So Kyle Larson will get the checkered flag. But finishing runner-up to him will be his teammate, Alex the Showman Bowman, who won at Dover earlier this year in the 750 package. So Hendrick Motorsports will be fast, and I think they get a 1-2 finish.
Wow, we both have a Hendrick Motorsports 1-2 finish. I'm on the Kyle Larson win. I mean, I'm right there with you. Don't need to explain that. You've done a great job doing so. Second place for me, I'm going William Byron. I'm going William Byron. He's going to be the Hendrick driver for me. It was tough. I mean, you make a hell of a case there for Bowman, but it makes me a little nervous. But let's see if William Byron can't do it there. I believe he can get it done. So that's what I've got coming in there in second place there. All right, Hendrick 1-2. I can't know if I could stomach that. What about you? Hendrick 1-2, 1-2, 3, 1-2. I mean, can you take that? Are you going to be okay with that?
I think there's a solid chance. Remember, they finished a 1, 2, 3, 4 at Dover.
No, I know there's a solid chance. I'm just saying, can I sit there and stomach that? Like, it's happened too much recently. I mean, I just do.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I just see it unfold again.
Yeah, it's happened at Dover, the 750 package, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're running the same package at a concrete track. It can very well happen again. But I got some bad news for Hendrick Motorsports, though. The next gen car is coming out next year, and the whole field is going to be equal. So their dominance now might not last much longer.
Yeah, well, they'll ride it out this season, but yeah, that certainly will happen. That's a good point. But yeah, they'll kicking butt, riding there, looking to ride this out. All right, well, there's our pick there for a chance to win $25,000 over the Jackpot Races. William Blackwell, tell all the great people, all the great things, boy, you're doing over there on your YouTube channel, and they can also follow you, I know, on Twitter at WBlackwell72. But what's going on there over at YouTube for you?
On my YouTube channel, I'm doing something weekly called a Pick 5 contest. And I give y'all the previous race results, the top 5, and I also give y'all my top 5 for the upcoming race. And all you got to do is go down below to the comment section to enter the Pick 5 contest. And if you go 5 for 5, you get an autograph of your choice. And just at Sonoma, just a little over 2 weeks ago, I had a winner, and his name was Dave Steele, and he won his Richard Petty autograph. And I'm sending that out to him tomorrow. But yes, you got 5 for 5. But if you go 4 for 5, you get an unsigned hero card of your choice. And I can say this about hesitating. I got every single driver participating in NASCAR. And if you go 4 for 5, I might sneak in an autograph as well. So just go down and comment below any Pick 5 videos, and you might win a prize and an autograph too.
Yeah, and to go with your pick 5 contest, obviously you reveal your own top 5. Well, people got to give a top 3 for NBC Sports Predictor app. So go over to William's channel, go figure out who he's got in the top 5, because you need to know who he's got in the top 3. So you can put that in your entry right there. All right, cool, man. I enjoyed the giving the people the picks. Enjoyed the preview in the race. I'm excited to see it. It's never been seen before.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Everybody that's doing this NBC app, one safe bet: pick Kyle Larson. You have a good chance.
Pick Kyle Larson to be the winner. All right, cool, man. All right,
33% chance.
Yeah, well, that's right. All right, well, enjoy the race there, Ally 400 at the Nashville Superspeedway for the very first time. Go enjoy that race. Hang back. I'm going to give you guys the other answers, but have a good one. Enjoy the race. We'll see you back here next week, man. Have a good one.
You too.
All right, well, there you have it, everybody. There's our picks for a chance to win $25,000 over on that Jackpot Races app. Now let's jump it over to the new game, the $10,000 game over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. Same game that's around last year. If you were around, using this app and playing the game, what you got to do is they give you all 3 stages. You got to pick the driver that's going to finish best amongst the group in that stage. So stage 1, stage 2, and that final stage. And then you got to give them a top 3. So a good game last year. We were successful more weeks than not. And our most successful week was I got all 3 stages right. Got the right driver right. Got the winning driver right. Got first place right. Second and third place. Unfortunately, I flipped those drivers. So I was able to identify the driver that would finish second and third. But again, just had those drivers flip-flop. So I was a flip-flop away from hitting that jackpot. And I think that time there was like 8 or 9 or so people that got it right. So almost would have won $1,000. So just love this game. Obviously love NASCAR, more important as a whole there. And just, pumped for this game to be, to be back. So with that being said, let's go ahead and know that at least on this first question, stage 1, to me, qualifying will matter. Like I said, qualifying is going to happen right before the race. We just talked about it there, with William there. It's going to happen. So this could be one that I changed only stage 1. So maybe look for me on Twitter. It's at Winning Bets Pod. It's at Winning Bets Pod. But with that being said, I've got stage 1 winner. I've got to be in William Byron. I mean, I'm not sure it's laughable that actually William Byron was pinned up against these drivers. Like these are like betting, on my daily sports betting show that we do Monday through Friday. Putting in real sports bets, Byron is nowhere matched up with a Reddick. He's not matched up with a Dillon. I mean, no disrespect to those guys, but they're putting William Byron up against, your Kyle Busch's, your Danny Hamlin's, these kind of guys. So yeah, stage 1, William Byron, that to me is kind of easy, and I just hope that what's been happening is happening, and that one will be straightforward. So we'll go ahead and say William Byron there. For stage 2, I'll go ahead and say Kyle Busch. I think Kyle Busch will be strong this weekend. Looking at another top 5 finish will be Kyle Busch. And for stage 3, which will be the final stage, I'll go ahead and give it to Kyle Larson. Obviously, we just explained that all there previously right there. I'll go ahead and double down on this game. Some weeks in the previous, like I've kind of made it different in last year from what the Jackpot Races did and what the NBC Sports Predictor had for this week, for the opening week of this, and just, being Nashville and kind of a little bit of unpredictability, I'll go ahead and double down. So I got Kyle Larson there. So for a top 3, I got Kyle Larson. I got Denny Hamlin up in the second place. I will make a little bit of a difference there instead of William Byron. And I got Alex Bowman. I got Alex Bowman in third place. So I'll take that a little bit there from William. He's got Alex Bowman finishing second. So I got Alex Bowman finishing third. All right. That's how we'll do it there on the NBC Sports Predictor app for a chance to win $10,000. Lunch up over now to the Fox Bet Super 6 app. They've still got a game. It's not worth $10,000. I guess we've taken all of Clint Boyer's money. So now we're just going to go ahead and take Fox's money. And they're only going to put up $1,000. So Clint Boyer is a lot cooler putting up 10 G's. Fox, they're worth billions, and they're only putting up $1,000. Still no complaints. Still love the game. I think this is fair. I mean, for the previous one, you had to be watching the race to get it right. If you weren't watching the race, there's no chance in hell you were going to get it right. We came pretty close. Obviously, a couple weeks back watching the race, I retweeted different answers, and we got 5 out of 6 right. So we were right there. Just couldn't quite get it. I think this one's easier questions. It's a mix of stage 1, stage 2, kind of the whole race. 6 easy questions, $1,000. Let's go for it. All right, which driver's going to have the best finish at stage 1? I'll go ahead and say Tyler Reddick. Which driver will have the worst finish at the end of stage 2? I'll go ahead and say Keselowski. Which driver will win? I'll go ahead and say other. I mean, let's not put everything on Kyle Larson, right? Let's go ahead and mix it up a little bit. So I'll go ahead and say other. Well, how many Fords will be in the top 5 is number 4. I'll go ahead and say 1. You got 1 Ford in that top 5. Which Toyota driver will have the most points? I'll go ahead and say Hamlin. Hamlin will have the most points. And which Hendrick driver will have the most points? I'll go ahead and say William Byron. Since I didn't go with Larson winning in that previous question, how I went and mixed it up and said other, this one then can't be William or Kyle Larson. So I'll go ahead and say William Byron right there. So that's how I do it right there. All right, guys, pump. We got these other games coming back. Pump for NASCAR is going to a brand new, track we've never seen before. Again, 1.3 mile concrete surface super speedway down there in Nashville. Excited for it to run the 750 package. I'm excited to see that always every time that one comes out. So pump for this race, guys. Go ahead, get your picks in. Go ahead and like this video. Hit that like button on your way out. Tell your friends about it so we can all win that money while we're enjoying the Ally 400 on Sunday. All right, guys, enjoy it, and we'll see you back here next week on the NASCAR Show. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.